We're trying to prepare to make sure the session um was power packed, to make sure that this session is going to be power packed rather. Okay, so first of all, I want to tell everybody happy new month. Welcome to the month of November. Christmas is already smelling in the air. I can feel it already that Christmas is just around the corner. So a summary of our 2025 in BT Academy is profitable. From all the trades we've been calling out from January to February to March, April, May, June, July, August, September, all of that. If you add everything together, this 2025 has been very, very profitable. We have actually used two different strategies during the year of 2025. The first one was we used pulse wave at the beginning of the year. Then after a while, it's the accuracy dwindled, the accuracy reduced drastically. So we moved to box wave. We moved to box wave around May. Yeah, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah. And box wave has been killing it. It's especially with HFX. HFX has been the craziest actually with the box wave strategy. It has been killing it. So if you notice something with us, right, you notice that we are like water. So what do I mean? We are like water. Now, if water is flowing, all right, the water is flowing, it adjusts its shape and form to the size of whatever opening it has. So let's say water is flowing right now, and there's a large gap here. It's going to expand itself and fill the large gap there. If water is flowing and there is a narrow gap, it's going to reduce itself and squeeze itself through that narrow gap. Now, a lot of persons try to approach Forex as a block of cement. Now, the block of cement actually has one form. So if it's passing, the size of the openings has to be in a specific dimension or larger. So that basically means once the market is moving a certain way, they'll be making money and they'll be passing smoothly. All right. If the space is slightly bigger, they are also going to be making money. But if the space or the size of the openings reduces, they will be losing. And they'll keep losing and losing and losing and losing and losing and losing till forever. But when it comes to BT Academy, we are not a block of cement. We are rather water. So no matter the orifice, we would always conform ourselves to enter it. Okay? This Christmas period um promises to be like, to be very honest, my favorite period of trading Forex is Christmas. Why? Because the market usually ranges. It doesn't have all these serious trends like that. It's usually ranging and ranging and ranging. And the strategy I used to trade during Christmas is I usually either price trap, PT, or box wave. All right. I used price trap before, but looking at how the model I use for price trap, all right, I can see that box wave is even going to work better self with the Christmas market because yes, price trap basically is me waiting for the market to bounce off a support and resistance, all right? This price trap. One, one, two, two, three, three. Then after this, if the market comes to the top back, I'll take a sell. All right, are you getting? If the market comes back to the bottom, I'll take a buy. And this is basically box with first reaction, second reaction, third reaction. So sometimes the market may not give this, but because of this is not complete three and this is not complete, this is complete three, but this is not complete three, I'm not going to take this particular one because the price trap formation is not complete. But then if it's box wave, I'll still take this one. So box wave promises to work even better. So if the market is giving setups, it's going to probably give 50% of the setups are going to be incomplete price traps. But those incomplete price traps are complete box wave setups. So if you are going with price trap, probably maybe 10 trades in a month. If you are going with box wave, probably 20. So box wave promises to give more setups and more wins during this particular period. And I'm very happy. The period of Christmas usually starts late November till um mid January. That's when the market usually. So my plan for this period is to maximize it to make as much profit as possible, as humanly possible. So if you have been with us for a while now, you've actually experienced the reality of trading forex. They've experienced the reality of trading forex. A lot of persons think forex is trading forex and winning with forex is like this. Even the charts of forex are not like this. The charts of forex are not like this. So how do you expect the reality of winning with forex to be like that? Let me show you something. I'll show you the currency pair that is on an uptrend. So you see something. I'll use this to actually explain what I'm trying to teach here. I think your state is actually a bit good in an uptrend. It's been buying for a very long time. Sorry. Yes, 30. Let me let me just go with gold. Then go to a higher time frame, like 1 hour. Okay, let's do it from here. They're out. Now, if you look at this now with gold, you notice something, right? Gold was going towards the upside, but as I was moving, I seen this. 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 So this basically just shows how your account is going to grow when you're growing in Forex. Your account will not grow from 100 to 200 to 300 to 400 to 600 to 800 to 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10K. No. Your account will go from 100 to 200, from 200 to, let's say, 180, from 180 to, let's say, 300, from 300 to, let's say, 250, from 250 to, let's say, 400, 400 to, let's say, 360, 360 to 800, 800 to, let's say, That's how accounts go up and down and up and down. But if you look at the overall trajectory, it's to the upside. Now let me bring out the pocket option account we started with. This was for the challenge. I want to use this to actually like explain something to everybody because it's usually very good when you have a mental picture of how the growth is meant to be. Because if you actually have that mental picture, now it's going to prevent people from over leveraging and risking so much money on just one trade. Now look at this. This account at 516. We started with $250. That was the plan for the September flipping challenge. The plan was to grow $250 to $516. Now, if you look at this account was probably around 420 at the start of last week. Look at these three losses in a row. We all had these three losses in a row, right? Everybody actually had it. The growth chart was crazy. I was seeing some messages that felt like frustration. A lot of persons were really, really frustrated. Like we had three losses in a row. But before these three losses in a row, we have been winning. I know the week before was like a bit shaky, but we still ended up with a break even or something like that. But three losses in a row. Now, what that three losses do? It brought the account from, I think the account was like probably 450 then, right? From 450 to about 320. Because I told everyone I'm going to be risking 10% per trade on this challenge throughout. So you see this now. Then it was like, I saw the whole thing and everything. But it's normal, all right? It's normal. But you need to understand that in Forex, that's how it moves. Now, after that, what do we have in a row? We had 7 wins in a row. If I had taken the seventh trade, this account is going to be around 550. It wasn't meant to even be itself. What if paid when it got to, I mean, you paid when it got to entry point, the broker decided to give us less than 50% payout because we're already winning too much. This is, and now it's at 516. So in the month of November, understand fully well that this is how your account will be going. But the overall trajectory is going to be to the upside because we'll keep growing up and up and up and up. The same thing too with fundamental news. The same thing too with fundamental news. All the wins we had from the last month, the month of October, if you put everything together, it's probably like up to 1,500%. I wrote everything down on a particular. Let me see if I can bring it out. But don't worry, let me not bring it out. It's no need. I wrote it in a particular group. The first trade, I think, gave us like 700%. The second gave us like 750%. The third gave us like 500%. The third gave us minus 100. And the fourth gave us 100%. That was FOMC. But getting to this month now, oh sorry, last month rather, the first one they didn't release it, we lost 40%. The second one, which was FOMC, I think, right? We lost it. So if you do the whole plus and minus, 750 plus this is like 1,450 plus this 1,950 minus this 1,850 minus this 1,750 minus this, let's say 1,700. Let's say around plus this approximately. Now, because we understand fully well that the road to success in Forex is not a straight one. In fact, in life itself, look at Tesla's stocks. It dropped at some point. You see Elon Musk lost one $500 billion in one day. He lost $900 billion with one news like that. That's how it is. Larry Fink, the same thing. He grew how much within this thing overcame Elon Musk. Before you know, Elon Musk passed him again. That's how it is. That's how it is. So you need to like be prepared already mentally for the ups and downs in trading. Now, the thing that makes people not to grow in Forex is inconsistency with risk. What do I mean by that? I'm going to upload, let me see if she's on this call. If she's not on the call. Um, what's her name? Joanne, right? And Kilichi, right? They've been trading Forex for a while, so they understand risk fully well to a very large extent. The way they actually approached this fundamental news trading, I really love it. I really love it. They kept their risk uniform, right? So now what does this mean? This means that if you are trading the news, all right, or them trading the news, they use a fixed risk throughout the whole period. So the first news, which was NFP, let's say Joanne used $100. Okay. This gave her $700. The second news, she used $100. This gave her $750. Are you seeing this? This session is actually recorded so you can take your time to go through it. Because I really want people to like taking their time to go through this over and over and over so they can keep understanding how this naturally is. All right. Okay. So they can really understand how this thing actually is. This one gave us minus $0. That's really going to help with how people take the trades, and also ultimately it's also going to help with their results. So NFP didn't release it. We traded it. So was there any other news we traded? I think it was just this one. We didn't trade down to $40. Is someone can someone do the math for me? Add all these results together. Let's see what we have. That is not minus 40. This is like we lost 40%, so that's $60. Yeah, how many minutes we have? We have like 20 minutes to go. This is this was $100. This was actually how they approached the trading. Let me do the math fast, so I'll be fast. 700 plus 750. What is minus $100? Minus 100 plus 500 plus 60. No, minus 40. They lost 40 here. They lost 40 out of their capital. Minus 100. So this is plus $1,770. Like I have to, on my own, prevent some persons from risking a certain amount. When it comes to the news, they say, "Oh, coach, risk 500,000 naira on this news." I said, "No, I can't risk 500,000 naira for you." Like I said, this is risky and we can lose this particular news, especially when it comes to this first NFP. I see there's a probability of this thing getting postponed, but people still wanted to risk as much as 1.5 million naira on it. I was like, reduce it to like just 200,000 naira or 300,000 naira. Hope this thing not cancel though. Sorry about that. My network actually spiked me out. I think that part that I wrote has gone. And I'm not going to type it again. It took a lot of time to type that thing. You can actually go back to this video, to the back, so you can actually see what I okay, not disappear. So when it comes to news trading, just look at it like I have this big pool of cash that I want you to trade. Just when you trade what do you call it, HFX, and then I say we should risk 5% per trade. That's also the same thing. So this one, let's say like it's like $1,000 cash pool that the person had. So the person was risking 10% per trade, which is equal to, because I don't know the particular prediction that will go right. I'm doing my best, but there are a lot of things that actually affect this thing, this news. Trust me. It's not like there's trading it. We have algorithms trading these things in millisecond. As news comes out, the algorithms are actually like entering multiple trades. These are things that cause this market to spike sometimes. Possibility of spike, possibility of me predicting wrongly, possibility of a lot of things happening. Possibility of news getting cancelled, news getting delayed, stuff like that. So you keeping your risk uniform would help you through the highs and the lows. Now, the only reason why someone can grow from 250 to 516 within 2 months is due to the fact that the person kept his risk uniform. If today the person used $100, tomorrow the person used $1,000. Let's say the person used $100 the person has now made 1,415. The person now decides to use $1,000 on this particular trade because of Coach Michael I had 2 wins in a row. I trust Coach Michael. As the person now does this, now the person now can lose $1,000. Or let's say the person can use the entire 1,000. Person can use $2,000 self. Because the person already calculated that, okay, by $2,000, I will get $14,000, which is a very, very nice mass. All right, a very, very nice mass mathematics. So yeah, the person brought $100 first. The person made seven. This, and the person has having $2,000. If I win this trade, I'll make like 14K. At least 14K, I can use 10K to buy Benz, do one or two things for Christmas. Then I can lose that thing. Now the person now is in minus of $2,000. The person now come on the group chat and start crying that we lost news. Yeah, my this, my that, my that. And me, I just finished spending 3 hours or 4 hours backtesting, doing everything, trying to put everything in order, and then, you know, taking my own loss. So I come and see someone's crying. I'm like, why are you crying? Didn't we just lose two trades? Didn't you just win two trades in a row? Are you still meant? But then looking into it very, very well, and I realized that these are the reasons. So please, if you keep moving like this in the month of November, I don't know how it's going to be for you. We need to understand that it is not 100%. It's not 100%. It is not 100%. It's never going to be 100%. It's not my father's market. You understand? It's not my father doesn't own this market. My father does not know anything about forex. So it's not my family heirloom. It's not my ancestral what do you call this thing? I'm not a witch, I'm not a magician. There will be wins and there will be losses. But if you stay true with consistent risk, you should have the same result that I am going to be having. And if you're actually having wins, your account will go. If you're also having losses too, at some point, I'm going to cut the losses short and we'll move back to demo. See, we get a new strategy again and we come and continue growing the account from wherever we actually stop. That's the reality of trading forex. So last month was All right, so this month is going to go the same way last month we went, but this month promises to be very, very good. Now look at the end of last month. We had 8 wins in a row on HFX. I took just six. One of them payouts was lower. One of them I missed out on it. I closed. You understand how it goes. All right, so just imagine the month ending like this. Now I don't see Forex as I stumbled on something luck, blah blah blah. No. I see Forex as there are people that are very, very smart that have so much money. Um, institutions that are using a certain way to move money. They have a certain strategy that they use to here, that they use to move money. You understand? And now my own is to spot because I know that my capital cannot move the market. My capital cannot move the market. How much am I trading? So my own is to spot the patterns they use to move the money, and that is box sweep strategy. So after spotting this pattern now, I'll just keep following them. When they want to enter order, there's way they're going to move the market before they actually enter their position. Strategy. So once they put the market like that, they're entering their position, I'm also entering their position with them. That's why you see the market moving with me and them. These people are very smart. They are very smart. There are times when they don't trade. Times when they don't trade are the times when the strategy wobbled. Like the first week of last month was when the government shutdown actually started. That week was shaky, especially for MT5, but HFS was good. After that, 2 weeks after, the next 2 weeks after that was good. Then last month, probably something actually happened. The last week, probably something actually happened at the beginning. But I'm very, very confident. These guys came, they had like up to like 40 P2s on Friday because the market was shaky throughout the beginning of last week. So I knew that that last day, these guys will not want to close the month in loss. So you see, this month of November is me following them back to back. And judging by the way they close the markets, they are really, really active. The year will soon end. They really, really want to make so much money for their investors. I'm talking of strong hedge funds. I don't know the particular ones, but for the markets moving in a certain type of way, people that have large funds are moving the market in that certain kind of way. So the month of November looks like a month that is going to bring so much wins. So we have to position properly. Please and please do not over leverage anyhow. You will lose your funds. Stick to proper risk management. On my HFX account, as usual, I'm going to risk 10% throughout the month of November. And I'm going to do my risk in a certain kind of way because I'm trying to actually target even more profits. So this is what I'm going to do. HFX. For HFX, one, I'll use 10% per trade, which would be recalculated at the start of the new week. So this account is actually at $500 now. If this week I grow this account to $1,000, all right, week one, let's say week one, I grow the account from 500 to 1,000, risking 5%, that's $50 per trade. Week two, which is 10%. Week two, I'm not going to risk $50 again per trade because my account is starting with $1,000. So now I'm going to risk $100 per trade, which is 10% of my new account balance. That's the risk I am going with this last month of the challenge because I want to try to meet up that target. Now, this is actually riskier than the other ones we normally do. If you cannot do 10%. I'm not advised to do 10%. It's risky. And honestly, this $500 does not mean anything to me. All right. If it goes well, I make probably like 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K. That's what I want. If it doesn't go well soon, I, I'll lose 500. So probably if you can't do as much as 10%, you can do 25%. Sorry, you can do 5% rather. If you want to keep your risk fixed throughout the month, you can keep your risk fixed throughout the month for 5%. If you also want to be calculating your risk as the account is growing, you want to make the account compound faster, you do that. If you do 10%, know that it's riskier and make sure you take all the trades. It's risky and your account can go. If you don't have the stomach for that risk and you know you're going to be too attached to your capital, use 5%. And if you want to recalculate your risk at the start of every new week, you can based on your new account balance. So you just, on your own, you're a trader already, calculate what you want to do. Take your time to go through this video, calculate what you want to risk, how you want to risk. Do you want to keep it fixed throughout the month? Do you want to use 10% throughout the month at a fixed risk? Or do you want to keep recalculating? Yeah, I'm doing my own like this because I'm trying to meet up with our $1,000 capital targets because we are currently far behind. All right, that's what I'm looking for HFX. Now for MT5, for the news trading, we are no longer trading just 4 news. We are now trading 8 news for the month. But this particular month now is just 7 that are coming out. So this MT5 now, 7 news for November. So whatever capital you want to use to trade news, November, divide it into 7. So if you want to use $700 to trade news, divide it into 7, that will be $100 per news. You're not going to use more than this. If you want to use $70 to trade news, divide it into 7, that's going to be $10 per news. You're not going to use more than this. So avoid stories that touch. You understand? And these sessions now, we are going to trading news now, they're now dedicated sessions. They are not mixed together anymore. We are going to create a flyer. When it's time, I'm going to notify people earlier, and we're going to post the link. We're going to do training. It's a fixed session. I'm going to teach about the news, how I came up with a prediction, every single thing before we trade the news. And now I figured out a new way which should actually prevent funded FBS from blocking our accounts. That's what we are going to be going through with this particular month. So if it goes very well and did not block the new biz account, I'm going to show you how we can actually get the new accounts so we can follow through with this new method without having accounts blocked and everything. So we have a new session now. Then lastly, changes to the Monday session. Now, Monday session now is no longer affirmation and psychology. Our Monday session is now personal development session. Psychology and personal development session. No training about Forex, nothing, just this. It's going to be very, very packed. Next week, I'm going to be teaching about financial discipline. The week after next week, I'm going to be teaching about routine.